Today I'm going to give you a full tutorial on how I do these cutouts with the clean seams that I use in a lot of my designs. First I'm going to show you how I did it on this hoodie and then a further explanation with denim at the end. First you're going to want to cut out the pattern of the shape you want in paper. Then find a thin but sturdy fabric. I'm using cotton shirting. And then trace your pattern onto the thin fabric and add notches if you're fancy. Then on your base fabric, mark out where you want the pattern to be. Then just place your thin fabric over top of that and sew it down exactly where you want it. We're just sewing directly over top of my Sharpie line. Now for the scary part, you're going to cut out your shape but leave a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then all the way around about a 1/2 inch each, you're going to cut out these notches, but make sure you don't cut through your stitch line. Then you're going to take all the thin fabric that's over top still and stuff it all to the back. And this is where all the crispiness of that seam comes from. Make sure you press the seam out really good. This is the most important part of making your seam super clean. Then you're just going to lay your backing fabric behind your main fabric and you're going to line it up exactly where you want it. Then you're going to throw about 1,000 pins into it to make sure it doesn't move. You could actually probably glue it too, but I haven't tried that. And then we're just top stitching that back fabric on there around the seam. And you'll have something that looks like this. And we're done. Except the back is messy. So we're just going to grab the 2 layers of the thin fabric and backing fabric and serge around the edge. And that should leave you with a perfectly clean front and back. And now we're going to have a speed run around and I'm going to explain it again in denim. Take whatever curved pattern shape you want and trace it onto your thin fabric. Place your thin fabric on top of your main fabric and sew it down. Then cut out your inside and leave a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then cut your notches into your seam allowance but don't cut through. Then stuff all the thin fabric through the hole of your pattern and press that seam to your heart's desire, making sure to take your time to get everything super flat and clean. Place your newfound fabric with a hole in it on top of your backing fabric. Pin or glue that again and sew it down. And then clean up the wrong sides of your fabric and you are done.